Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to another video, and a very special video at that, because we are going to have a look at a brand new tank, the Lorraine 40T Fearless. Yes, this is coming in the ratings battles, so you'll be able to earn this tank through the ratings battles. Now, what is this tank compared to the normal Lorraine? Now, it has a slight better DPM, nothing really to write home about, around 40 more DPM. The rate of fire is ever so slightly less, and that's because it has the 4-shell autoloader, but it has 2.31 seconds between each shell, whereas the normal Lorraine has a 2.5 seconds. So nothing really too special. 2.3 to 2.5, you're not really gonna know you're not really gonna see the difference between that. Other than that, everything else is basically the same, which is going to be. I like the Lorraine. I do like the Lorraine. Playing this, it's a very difficult tank to play. It really is, because it has that massive long reload. It doesn't have any armor also, like, anywhere on the tank. When you're on that reload, I mean, look at that, 55 on your turret, and that's the most you're gonna get, which in a tier 8, anything is going to be able to pen you. So I like the fact that Wargaming are changing it up. I always said that they should have never added the IS6 Fearless to ratings, because that used to come in events. So most people who had the IS6 Fearless before the ratings were like sort of pro players, and they really earned the tank. Whereas now they added it into ratings battles. Fair enough, I do like the fact that they are adding tanks that you can able to win parts of tanks in the ratings battles. But I just think I wish it would have been a different tank other than the IS6 Fearless. So I'm glad they are changing it up, and they have gone for the Lorraine. I do think it looks absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. It looks so good. Love the camouflage there, and I just think the tank looks really, really sexy. Of course, with the 4-shell autoloader, you are able to do the damage sort of around 800 to 900 damage per magazine, and then you have around about an 18 to 20 second reload. So you got to pay attention to that. Make sure you've got cover. Make sure you're not isolated. Make sure you're not able to get rushed, because if you get rushed by a couple of mediums, especially if they are in a platoon or a couple of auto loaders or auto reloaders, you are literally going to be absolutely punished. So make sure you've always got that cover protection from your team, and work well with them, especially like me in this Defender Mark 1 here. If you can work well with another auto loader tank, then you will be able to take care of tanks pretty quickly. So yeah, it's a nice tank. I mean, it is a very difficult tank to play. As I've said, it's a lovely looking tank, but just be aware when you are on that reload, you can't really do anything for 19.8 seconds. Now that is running the rammer. Well, it hasn't got a rammer, sorry, the vents or whatever it is. So the penetration wise, I mean, you could run the calibrated shells on it. It doesn't really affect it too much. The penetration seems okay-ish. It does the job. So yeah, I would just run it with the vents. It's totally up to you what equipment you run it with, to be honest. So we are going to take out that Tiger P, and our team is going to take out this VK168. So am I going to try and get the tank? Of course, I would love the tank, not because it's a great tank. So it isn't a great tank, so don't sit there and think you're going to get a fantastic tank. But that's just like the IS6 Fearless, you know. The IS6 Fearless isn't nothing special. It was only special because of the way that you could obtain it back in the day, and so this is going to be the same with now the Lorraine. The Lorraine Fearless. You're only going to be able to get this tank in ratings battles. Maybe one day in the future, Wargaming will again swap the tanks, and eventually maybe you might be able to buy the Fearless, but I doubt it. I don't think this is going to be a tank that you can purchase at all. I think it's going to be in the ratings battles for a while. So yeah, it's something I'm definitely going to play. I'm definitely going to start playing ratings, because it's a free tank. If you're able to get the tank through ratings battles, no matter how long it takes, if it takes me 5 months, 6 months, then it'll take me 5-6 months. If it takes me longer, it takes me longer. But it's a free tank at the end of the day. No, it's not going to be a tank I sit there and think, you know what, I'm going to play the Lorraine, because it isn't like that. Maybe double Fearless or double Lorraine if you are driving this, or if someone else is driving driving the Lorraine or this, yeah, double Lorraine, I think it could work. I think if you work well together, I think it could be devastating for the enemy team. But other than that, like I said, it's not a fantastic tank, but it's not a bad tank. It is a difficult tank to play once you learn how to drive it, and once you know what you're doing with these auto loaders that have mega long reload. Then yeah, I think you will start doing not too bad in the tank. So we are going to watch just the rest of this game now, because this team, the enemy team, if they pushed me while I was on the reload, if they would have pushed me, then I would have been just gone instantly. So I've got one shell there, I've got 2 shells left, which we are going to try and get on this Type 59. There's 1 shell, we've got 1 shell remaining. Now, if this Type 59 would push me, unfortunately for him, there was an ISU 152, so he wasn't able to push me. But there's plenty of tanks around here, but I am using the Ridgeline. So I do have the TD at the back, as you've just seen with the ISU, so they can't really push me too much because of that tank destroyer. So now we're just about to reload. We are going to go and push forward. There's 4 tanks left alive, including this waffle. We should hopefully, if we was using HE, we should have been able to clear, but we've got 1 shell left, and I was thinking, do I just go for the reload? But no, I'm going to get 1 shot into this WZ-120 and then just pop over the ridgeline, and there's not much that they can do while I'm over this ridgeline, and if they start pushing over, then I could just push over to the other side. I've got plenty of hit points left, and again, there's only 3 tanks left. It's 5 against 3. It should not be a problem. We should be able to take care of this WZ-120 once we're reloaded, which we are going to do. We take a couple of nasty shots there. Luckily, the WZ-120 got tracked, and he managed to miss his shot because he got tracked. But you can see, like, I lost half of my hit points there just through that waffle. And if they were shooting HE, I mean, you can HE this pretty much anywhere from big guns like the T-49, the waffle, the RHM Borzik, ISU 152s, anything like that, smashers. You are able to HE pretty much anywhere on this tank. So yeah, 2.8k damage now, and it's just a 4 versus 2. I'm not going to rush out just yet. I'm going to wait for the waffle to take the attention somewhere else, and then as he does that, I'm just going to bait him there. Luckily he does miss, and we are able to poke forward. We're not able to clear the waffle, but we are able to clear that T-49. So not a bad tank, but it's nothing special. The only thing special about the tank is the name, the Fearless. It's only the 2nd Fearless that we've got in the game, other than the IS-6 Fearless. So maybe one day in the future we will get another Fearless. I'm thinking maybe like an RU Fearless will be kind of cool, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below at what Fearless you would like to see in the future. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.